Hi, I'm Hayley from Craft Yourself Silly. This is Back to Basics, and I'm going to take you through some of the steps on your sewing machine that sometimes catch beginners out and the ones that can really frustrate you when you're starting to sew. So the first step is threading up the machine, and the machine has two threads. It has this one that comes along the top here, and that's the one that we'll show you in a minute how that wraps around and connects up to the needle. But there's also a bottom thread. Now sometimes your bottom bobbins can be on the top here, but depending on your machine, it sometimes is accessed from the side, sometimes accessed from the front. But there will always be a secondary bobbin in there. And what happens is the top thread comes down, catches underneath this one and then pops back up, and those two threads locking together is what creates your stitch. So you will always wind this on, and the machine will have a facility to do that somewhere on it. Sometimes you loosen a cog on this side. This one, you just click it towards the little winder there. But you'll wind some thread onto here and then pop that in. Just make sure it goes the correct way. There's often a diagram showing you which way that it needs to go. And now that's kicked in, and we'll put the lid back on there. So then threading the top section. All machines are slightly different, but they're all kind of the same. So you're going to come down the first side. Now sometimes this can be two little discs that you need to go in between. Sometimes it can be a little wheel on the front that you need to go around. But what that bit does is that provides you tension. On this machine you can adjust the tension on the top. We'll talk a bit more about tension in another video. I'm going to come back up, and then there should just be able to notice there's a little arm. Do you see it pop up there? That's the little arm we're aiming for, and we need to go either side of that and bring it all the way back down. Now my machine has not had a little accident. It is actually just to help the cameras not get too much glare from the light bulb that's under here. So once I've got it around the top, up and down each of those, through the tension, then we're going to thread the needle. Now, if you're lucky enough, you'll find a lot of machines have these little arms that pop down, which are your automatic threaders. So you simply hook the thread through there and under to catch the little hook that comes through the eye of the needle, and then it will actually pull that through, and then you'll be able to just grab that little loop, and that's your needle threaded for you. Once you've threaded your needle, you need to take the thread underneath. Let me just see if I can get my hands around there. There we go. Underneath the foot, and then you're ready to sew. But before you go ahead, you need to deal with this thread here, which is the one we showed you first, that bottom bobbin thread. And that actually needs to be coming up through this hole in the center here and up to the top of the machine. So to do that, we hold on to the newly threaded needle. Now you don't want to hold too tight. You want it to be able to move through the machine, but you don't want it to pull all of this through the machine. So we're going to go down, up again. Now some machines have a manual handle for that, and this one has a needle down option. And once I've pulled it up, you can see I've got another loop there, and then I can pull that one up as well. Both my threads to the top and in between the gap on the foot, so that both of my threads are running underneath the foot and towards the back, and then we're ready to add the fabric and sew.